Welcome back to the Gates of Hell, featuring Bayonetta. So last time, Bayonetta, Luca, and Cereza, which we learned was Bayonetta as a child, made it to Isla del Sol and is ready to climb the Ithaval Tower. But we're actually inside of Rodin's shop here, the Gates of Hell, because there was actually an accessory that I ended up getting here that I already bought. It was for 500,000 halos, so it cost quite a bit. The Eternal Testimony, and you unlock this by getting at any 50 of the Umbra Tears of Blood. So this includes the achievements and the crows. So I bought this because I had such a hard time with the Isla del Sol chapter, getting a platinum on there. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. It was so incredibly hard to do that. And this one actually makes it a bit easier because what this one does, let me go ahead and read it. A treasured article worn only by the elders of the Umbra Witches. These bracelets are both incredibly powerful and symbols of status, said to be crafted by the ancient and universally feared witch queen Eisen. Slipping this onto one's arms would allow one to regenerate their magical powers. Legend states that the strange crow's head on the braces is actually Eisen transformed, and she will severely punish anyone who attempts to use the braces that she deems unworthy. Magic will be automatically replenished up to 2 gauge segments. So basically what this does is when you're completely out of magic, you will gain 2 additional magic. And this is very, very handy on Isla del Sol because you use 1 magic orb to fire a missile. So I use that to be able to fire the missile. So yes, finally got a platinum on that. And not only that, I almost got a pure platinum. Well, actually not quite a pure platinum. Pure platinum would be... it'd be a bit too hard to do. Not quite a pure platinum, but I got platinums in all 3, including the Jean fight. I'm like, really? I got a platinum on there too? Okay, great. Wonderful. But that wasn't technically a pure platinum because I still took plenty of damage. And you know what? Since I'm here, we don't know what these are yet, but let's just go ahead and buy these Umbra Elegance. Perfume for witches made from unique fragrances will change you into a costume that is perfect match for Kolshendra. Ah, a costume, you say? Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore? So yes, these are different costumes. Odette. And then Durga. Now, we have no way of actually using these different costumes yet. But we have now the essences for them. And also, over to the right there, we see a bunch of penguins with halos on top of them. And it says, I love chicks. So, yes. Very, very nice. Let us head back now into our next chapter. You love how I have no comment to everything that you say in chat? That's true. That is true. Anyway, we're about to hop into... let me just check one more thing. Perfect. We're about to hop into now Chapter 15, A Tower to Truth.
Welcome back, little one.
Mummy, where are we?
It looks like someone's expecting us. Awfully nice of them to roll out the red carpet.
Luca, you need to get one thing straight.
Yeah, I know. I won't look after you, so don't screw up. I got things under control.
Let's go. Stay next to me, little one.
Daddy.
What?
Daddy, it's Daddy!
Daddy?
Of course, Mummy. Can't you hear him? Okay, Daddy, I'm coming. And I'll bring Mummy with me.
Little one, wait!
This way, Mummy.
Little one! Little one!
Cerecita! Bayonetta! Damn it!
Alright, so here we are in the Ithaval building. This is also some of my favorite music here in the game. And we got confirmation now that the guy who's been talking to Bayonetta, who's at the top of this tower, is actually her dad. Interesting, interesting. There's some statues here. Oh gosh. Yes! You get destroyed now. Darn it, I dodged like last moment. It was a bit too late. Nice. Only a gold, darn. I'm gonna get a high, because I just, my combo wasn't high enough and all that other stuff. Okay, so some of the accessories that I'm kind of using here. I like this butterfly one, but sometimes I don't necessarily have enough magic. Like, what's my magic at now? There it is, okay. So that takes up 4 magic orbs, I believe. So if I jump over here, I want to jump over here actually. There you go. Guess we can get some stuff. Including another resting spot. Ah. Looks like our health meter is almost maxed out. Almost. She's skating along. It's okay, so right up here, this is very hard to see, but there's actually a crow up there. This may take a few tries, let's see. Ah, darn. You want to jump up on the wall to get this darn crow. There you go. Come on back. Yes, okay, that didn't take too long. Let's actually take a look as well, because I have not actually looked at the... Oh, look. Ah, okay. Here's the essences. Okay, looks like we actually can. I thought that we weren't able to actually use this. Okay. It says set. Huh, I'm not entirely sure how this works exactly. So this is perfect for Kolshendra. Let's do this one for Lieutenant Kilgore. Does it change anything? This one here is Kolshendra. Not entirely sure what this does exactly. Does that have to be like her main weapon? I'm not entirely sure. I should re-chat more and be very distracted in my game and get all stones? You're absolutely right, I absolutely should. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this does. Do you know how to use this? It can be assigned to certain keys. I don't think that it can, but I don't know if I can actually use those, you know what I mean? So anyway, let's take a look at the Umber Tears of Blood. Got a few more achievements here, it looks like. There we go. Fire the afterburners to earn platinum on verse 1 and 2 of chapter 14. Incredibly hard. Incredibly hard to do. Look at that. Only one crow left on normal difficulty. Oh, we will be getting that soon enough. Soon enough. Anyway. Let's head back. Ah, nice. Oh gosh, are these guys on fire? These guys are on fire. Oh, darn. Yes, there we go. Perfect. I don't think it. No, good. Yeah, he actually is dead. Okay. There you go, buddy. Come on over here. There you go. Ah. I think I took too much damage there, though. At that one spot. A bit too much damage. Oh, a platinum, though. Okay, great. Wonder if I made... Actually, no, I guess Kolshendra is my main weapon here. Huh. I don't know, I'm just so curious about this. There you go. Okay, so she does look a little different here. Okay. Just like a little tutu thing. So that must be... Let's take a look. That must be the... this one. Actually, wait. Let me unequip that. Ah, okay. Then the Kolshendra one... Let's see what that one looks like. So I've never really used those. Okay, so that is the legs. Okay. Both of those are fine. Why not equip them? And then Lieutenant Kilgore. Not sure what this one does with Lieutenant Kilgore. Let's see. We got one here for Lieutenant Kilgore. That one's... Oh, Shendra, here it is. I don't really notice anything different here by her wearing this or not. And I'm really not seeing it. I don't know. There's probably something. And then the last one was Durga, so let's equip this. Let's see, let's take it off. This one's Durga. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Unless it only equips to a B, maybe? I do not know. I do not have a clue. But regardless, I'll just keep them all on, because why not? She looks kind of cool. Anyway, like this, so let us head up. Ah, thank goodness.
Bring it.
Oh. Oh. Hang on, do that again. thought by just releasing the button something would happen. Oh, that's so neat. Okay. So I'm holding down the button that would target the enemies. I'll give that a try. What do we have outside here? Let me actually try it on this guy. I don't know if I would be able to. Oh, it's this guy. Okay, so you just transform into this big guy here. Should have took him out a little sooner. I was too busy trying to do that technique on him. Oh, he did a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, I'm taking so much damage. This is definitely not going to be a good ranking here. It's gonna be a silver or a stone. It's gonna be a stone because the amount of damage. Way too much damage. Ah. I guess you can't really... it's that combo too. It's that combo. Anyway, what is going on in here? Let's take a look. A huge industrial machine is visible. And what are those things? Like some sort of coffin there. Seems to be set to do something via automation, but it's not operating at the moment. I see. Seems to be some sort of control terminal, so there's definitely some sort of facility here. All the cables are connected to giant pillars in the center of the room. Oh darn. Taking way too much damage. What in the world? Darn it. There we go. There we go, gotta get... oh, darn. I'm gonna die to these guys, what in the world? Obviously I should have practiced before this, because I am doing horrendous. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I don't even deserve a silver. I deserve a stone for all of them. So bad. So bad. Countless containers filled with a red liquid are suspended from the giant shaft. And I see here a bunch of coffins looking thing, and there's like something inside of their chest area. Almost looks like some sort of like witch or something. Seems that each container are being pumped up with the top of the building. So everything is going up to the top, whatever it is. Okay, here comes the death. The death is coming up very soon. So close. Look how I am practically so close to death that you can't even see my health anymore. Do not deserve a silver. I do not. I'm gonna put on this thing again. There we go. A dizzying amount of information is streaming over the control terminal's monitor. Some machines must be on right now. Oh, you guys. Okay, death. I have died. We haven't seen those wheels in such a long time, though. I don't know why I'm doing so bad against these guys. I don't have a clue. So I'm about to die again, and then I may need to make some health items because I don't want to have to die on the chapter so many times. Oh my goodness, I tell ya. There we go. Okay, that's gonna be another silver. Possibly? Maybe a bronze? Silver. We need to get some more platinums. It's just my combo is so bad. And then the amount of damage that I'm taking is just so bad. Oh gosh. Oh, it's you punk. Keep your nasty, dirty face out of here. I'm just gonna go. He's destroying everything. Yes, there we go. See, now that was like the complete opposite of the other ones. We got a pure platinum. We literally got silvers and bronzes and then pure platinum. Is that guy out here? He's not. He's not out there. I mean, such a difference. Sir, what are you doing here? I'm so sick of you. Here, take this. Okay, so aim and fire and climb out. Great, thank you. There you go. Oops, there we go. Ever shoot your head right off, sir? And I'm mashing the button because it is a little faster than holding it down. Sir, I'm gonna need you to not... Now, how did I take damage for that when I avoided that? That's just messed up now. That's just messed up, man. And I'm gonna die again. I'm pretty sure I have another red hot shot. Let me just make sure. Let's see. I do. I have one. It's gonna count as 2 deaths. A gold. All that damage. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, well, what we got here? The area head doesn't seem to be in use, and there is no trace of Cereza anywhere. Okay, well, time for everyone's favorite part now. I'm gonna go all the way back down to the bottom of the tower, because that's always a great thing to do. Gotta go all the way back down. Takes a bit to get there too, as I'm gonna die again. Oh my gosh. Telling you, it's only because I am talking and streaming and recording and all this sort of stuff. Because when I'm not doing that, I do so much better. I really do. I think it's mostly like the maybe the distraction or the talking or something, or both. It's the curse of the streamer. That's mostly what it is. Okay, so now the Alfheim appears after all that. Let's go through. Ah. What do we have here? Witch time disabled. Okay, so you know what that means. If we want to equip this accessory. Perfect. Oh, and the enemies are on fire. Sir, I dodged you. Okay, you know what? Just go ahead and kill me, because apparently I'm not doing good. Go ahead. It's perfectly fine. There we go. Yeah, we're just not having much success tonight now, are we? Alright, let's try this again. Perfect. Wonder if I can do... I guess I can do with this, right? Yeah. There you go. I don't know how that hit me when I was behind you, but okay. That's fine. There you go. Oh, he's too. This is quite difficult. There you go. No. Okay, we're definitely going to fail again, it looks like. I'm not sure why I'm grabbing onto them when that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to spin them around, but I'm not doing that apparently. She doesn't want to do that. Okay, let's just go ahead and die. Neglecting you? I'm not neglecting anyone here. It's Bayonetta who's being neglected. Look how bad she's doing. She's doing horrendous. Needs more attention. Yeah, I guess just I have to figure out a different way to do this. This is just frustrating now. This really is. Go ahead. Hit me now, please. This one is very challenging. It's... There we go. Much better. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. Much better. Oh, wait. We don't have that weapon. Okay, so we have these guys, okay? This is a lot of damage, that one accessory that I have on. Okay, we're doing much better now. I see some inappropriate stuff in the chat as well that I will not read back. Oh darn, see look, that's exactly what happens when I read the chat. If I didn't take that extra bit of damage, I probably could have gotten a gold. I bet it's a silver. I bet it's a silver. No, actually it's a gold. Okay. Get this little piece of health. We're about to die anyway. It's fine, it's fine. Go on ahead. Okay, so now we gotta make the climb all the way back up. As we're literally dead. I wonder what all those things outside are for. I guess once we get to the top of the tower and see where it's coming from, we will know the answer to this. There we go. Okay, now we are back. Okay, Island in the Sun, Isla del Sol. The Itherval Group, once a medium-sized IT company, through acquisitions has broadened its business base and become one of the world's leading conglomerates. Their base of operation is on a man-made island off the coast of Vigrid known as Isla del Sol. Isla del Sol, constructed to concentrate Vigrid's urban function is one area and facility expansion. However, its true function is to funnel enormous power to the ruling authorities, creating an autonomous religion under Itherval Group control in order to facilitate the creation of theocracy. The CEO of Itherval Group, claiming to be a descendant of the Lumen, has used his economic and political strength, even exploiting the faith of the people, to bend Vigrid to its will. That is how he is able to influence the construction of the island, as well as the city's urban planning, to match his own religious views. Buildings are lined up as if they were an enormous spiral being drawn towards the center of the island, a symbol of Trinity of realities known as the Cosmos of Chaos. Among these urban structures, there are SAM-equipped strategic defense sites known as Gouger horns. Tall buildings created a skyward barrier that is nearby impregnable. At the center of the curtain of the defense lies the Ithavold building, the heart of the Ithavold conglomerate. If I've been able to obtain important information regarding the building itself, while it may be the outward symbol of the city's wealth and pride, the inner sanctum of the building is home to advanced energy research that the Ithavold CEO is secretly using as leverage that he hopes will allow him to remake the world according to his vision. It sounds absurd, but I've seen things on that island so strange that I believe it now with all my heart and soul. Ah. Looks like there's only 3 more entries left as well. We have all the entries, just 3 left. 3 left, okay. Great. Bayonetta, you must not die. You must not. They've simply blocked off this area that aren't currently in use. It doesn't feel like Therese is there either. Yep, okay, so it looks like we're going a different way. Elevators have all stopped working. Must be some sort of automatic safety device. But this flimsy gate can be broken to make a way outside. Well, we don't want to break the gate now, do we? In spite of the building crumbling, security shows no signs of scrambling. There's no alarms. It's almost too quiet around here. Get to see the big building. Okay, we have successfully died again. That is death number 2. Oh, you! Oh wait, let me unequip my accessory here. It's that baby face. That's right, throw a temper tantrum, you crazy baby. Okay, we need a heal now. We need a heal now. We're gonna get a really bad ranking at the end of this. So many items used. Technically, deaths should be considered deaths. There you go. Hopefully we would never have to see your ugliness again. Is you ugly? You ugly. Okay, so now the good music ends. No telling where the building will be destroyed. I have to find Cereza quickly and get her out of here. Indeed you do. Ah, so there's a gigantic, like, angelic statue at the top of all that craziness that we saw down below. But yeah, different music here. Not any music that is really memorable. Nice, another witch heart. We definitely need these. Ah, thank goodness. A bunch of stuff going on up here, looks like. Take a look at this statue. Bunch of angels. We got a bird in a cage over here. I will free you, bird. Thank you. Alright, now we have all of the crows on normal difficulty. Yes. Yes, destroy you. You don't deserve to live anymore. Take my anger out on you, all the bad rankings that I got. Ah, should have been a little closer. It's fine, I'll just do it again. There we go. That should be a pure platinum. Oh my gosh. Silvers, bronze, pure platinums. That's crazy. Such a wide array. Oh, I really need that. I really need that red hot shot for sure. Oh, another notebook here. Ithavoll CEO 1. The Ithavoll group holds complete control over Vigrid, planning the city and alarming it to the teeth, all while using rhetoric flourish to conceal the conglomerate's many dark facets. The company's vast political and economic power has created an island held as the symbol of modernity, Isla del Sol, and placed its headquarters at the symbol's very center. At the conglomerate's top stands a man said to be a descendant of the long-departed Lumen, a man who has entered the adoration of the people, Baldur. Okay, so that's the guy's name. That is Bayonetta's dad, essentially, Baldur. Baldur is, as they say, a mystery wrapped in an enigma. If he is truly one of the descendants of the Lumen, that would mean that the blood in his veins has been pumping since their extermination some 500 years ago. However, even if you look back through decades of Vigrid's records, there is no knowledge of anyone with a Lumen lineage. Furthermore, if you search for information on his hometown, schooling, work history, or family, you find that it has all been forged. There is no record of his life before Ithavoll. Nor are there any stories of unimpeachable veracity. It seems like he has been hiding details of his life ever since his birth. I have already chronicled the unprecedented military expansion and turbulent movements related to next-generation energy research taking place in Vigrid. However, a man who has for years or even decades hidden the facts of his own life is now at the very pinnacle of power of a conglomerate with literally earth-shaking might. The question begs to be asked, what is this man capable of? So, getting some really interesting information about this guy. What do we have here too? Okay. It's a really interesting site. It really is. We can really take a good look at the angels. Oh my gosh, and look how high up this tower goes. So above all of these angels, there are some platforms, and we're going to have to go try and climb all the way up top there. I see moving platforms and other things up there. That is very, very interesting. Okay. There you go. Do your spinning dance. Oh, that's just wonderful. Oh, that's great. Isn't that great? Oh gosh, I love it. Okay, well, I have fallen to my death. Actually, I did not, but let's see. Am I able to make this? No, I'm not. Okay, so I have to just use the platforms to jump over. Because I want to go around these platforms here. Yeah, and this is... I just remember this part being just so bad. Because the first part of this level, I really like the first part when you're climbing the tower. And then you get up here and it's kind of like... you know... There we go. Okay, great. Okay, so now we have some enemies here. Ah, I guess you died, sir. Okay, so now you want to go over to the next... I just have a feeling that we can make that jump, but I'm just not even going to try. No, get up there. Darn you! She backflipped and then she just... We may dive via fall here. There we go. Okay, so I gotta go down to this next set. There you are. Okay, so that is that verse complete. Oh, I mean, we got a platinum on. If I didn't take that little bit of damage, I took that damage from falling. That's what was so bad about it. Ah, okay, great. Okay, so off in the distance, we got another witch. We got two witch graves here. We have collected all of Antonio's notebooks, looks like. Ithaval CEO too. Take a last look here. There remains one thing that worries me about Baldur. There are rumors that he has been partaking in the game of the Lumen Sage. In other words, feverishly hunting out any remaining Umber witches in order to facilitate his next generation energy research. It is hard to believe that a member of the clan, thought to have crumbled away 500 years ago, still remains, unbeknownst to the world at large. However, we're considered that there are purported to have wielding massive power as overseers of the world. The world that this self-styled sage Baldur is actively seeking a witch force want to have major qualms. And of course, while the sound of research into next generation energy is incredibly attractive, the marvelous ascension of Baldur as well as his startup company and his control of an arsenal of armament and fortifications has all been conducted under a cover of total media control. Could one honestly say that all this secrecy could be needed for something that has peaceful uses? So yeah, media controlling, you know, this narrative here, and perhaps censoring and blocking out any alternative type of information that may get out. Oh, what does that sound like? Another troubling sign, and it's for peaceful purposes? Oh, of course not, of course not. Another troubling sign is the ease of which one can acquire information regarding the Ithaval conglomerate as of late. It may just be my journalistic sense, but I feel there is possibility that Baldur is intentionally leaking information. If we make that assumption, that leaves me with no way out. Ever since I began covering Vigrid's transformation and the dark shadow behind the Itherval group, I have been on an inescapable crash course with the truth, even if it was a trap, and I must overcome that trap to get to the truth. I am hell-bent on doing so. So this explains why all those witches are that we are seeing below in the lower levels. All the witches, all their souls being extracted, essentially all the energy from them to power this. And also, once you get all the journals, you get the very last note. To my beloved son. There he is. If you find this page undestroyed and in the hands of another, that means something has happened to me. I wrote these notes in case that very if should come to pass. However, it still makes me wonder how far I would have gotten on my journey. Maybe I've been able to grasp some sort of truth from the darkness of confusion. Maybe I've been able to give my son the understanding of what it means to truly believe. To the son I love more than anything in the world, if you are the one to read this, forgive me for throwing myself into the work and thinking little of our family. I am a foolish man, much too attached to my beliefs and entirely unable to change. I am sure that this has caused you immeasurable trauma. Now you set off on your own journey down this long, hard road we call life. However, as a father, I have nothing I can teach you, and even less I can leave you. Hopefully, you will remember this short time I spent with you as a token of my love. I pray that it will become, for you, a roadmap to a life of substance. So hopefully that does help Luca out. Even though he's not the one who read it, it was Bayonetta who read it, but... Give me that, thank you. Another moon pearl. Ah, you. Oh, a serpent snake thing. Excuse me. I am dodging you, sir. Oh my gosh. I do have a red hot shot. What the heck? I guess I'm just not used to that because I've never encountered that. I was doing so well and then that stupid snake comes out. Yes. Alright, there was no reason to be hit there, but that's fine. Come on. Ah, so many deaths. We've died 3 times in this chapter. Come on. There you go. She's too busy doing a combo. Come on, guys, you missed again. There you go. That guy sucks. The elevator opens up for us. And a bronze because of how much damage, and we barely did any combos. Ah, look at this beautiful sight though. That's such a beautiful sight. It really is. Did I open that? Almost looks like I didn't open that. I didn't open it. Guess I just read the journal and just left, and no one reminded me? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now we can head over. Oh, another elevator. We don't like these elevators. So I believe I have missed a witch grave apparently, because I'm pretty sure that should have been the very last witch's resting spot. There is no reason for you to get eaten up or continue to die. Okay, this is enough. I'm not sure where I could have missed a witch grave, and that's quite upsetting because I'm pretty sure I would have had them all. How about this? I know that I didn't miss any unless I just accidentally, like I just did, I did not open one. Which is certainly a possibility. Sir, you just need to die now, please. There you go. No one likes you. No one wants you anymore. Alright, we're just gonna go. Get out of here. Cold, not too bad. Looks like the heart of the system here. Let's take a look. Umbrant tears of blood. Like of all Antonio's notes. We're at the very top, and we're going to be heading inside of here. There we go. Oh, look at those items. We're going to get stone.
Oh, what a day!
Oh. Why did we do so bad on this chapter? I do not know. I don't know how we did so bad on this chapter. I don't feel like playing Angel Attack. I'm too upset at my stone ranking. My darn stone ranking. Now we're at the very top here. The Lumen Sage. Okay, well, let us save and head into this. And meet our dad himself. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna head to the Gates of Hell and just buy some stuff just in case. because I think I may need it. I may need it after all the craziness that I just went through. Although I don't think this. We will see. We will see just how bad it actually is. Any other thing? Rodon? Nope, he's got nothing. Okay, chapter 16, the Lumen Sage. Let's go.
What follows those living in the light is nothing but the profound, empty darkness born from the shadow that grows longer as they approach the brilliant radiance. To truly see, your eyes must be open to both light and dark. Don't you agree, my dear child?
Mummy's here! Mummy's here! Mummy!
Little one.
You've arrived, my dear, sweet Cereza. My, why the grim face, my dear? As a child, your smile was warmer than the sun.
So, you are the last of the Lumen sages.
I am indeed. My name is Balder, but if you so choose, you may address me as Father. There is much you have forgotten. It has been 500 years since we last met. If your memories were still intact, this would have been a much more emotional reconciliation.
How did you get the girl?
Where shall I begin? We, the Lumen Sages, and your Umbra Witches, have long been the overseers of history, each bearing witness with their own eye. This is how our universe's existence was preserved. However, for 500 years, you have been exiled from the world's affairs. You are the left eye of the eyes of the world.
Could you dispense with the riddles and just tell me what these sodding eyes actually are?
Your years of slumber have caused you to forget many things, even as we stand on the verge of the resurrection of the Creator. The resurrection of Jubileus. There is but one way to return your epic of forgotten memories and open your eye of the Overseer. Your uncorrupted eye had to be exposed to the history it could not see. Your battles, your struggles, everything you've experienced in this town has been a stepping stone for your enlightenment. It has all been done for the left eye.
I've had enough of your philosophical pretensions. I won't ask again. Where did you get the girl?
Your question has been answered. All this has been done to awaken the left eye. For that, you had to see yourself once more.
You are truly beyond salvation, sage.
Salvation. Such a curious word. I mark the path to salvation with light. However, no matter how brilliant that light grows, the darkness within the human heart grows even darker. Light, dark, and chaos between. Three realities, once split, shall be brought together to create a new universe in the image of the old. To these ends, leading to the Festival of Resurrection 500 years ago, I fanned the flames of terror, spurring on the witch hunts. However, despite the people's belief in the return of Jubileus, the creator, the left eye was out of reach. Since then, I have devoted myself to this town's prosperity, and now it is time for my preparations to bear fruit. Jubileus will be resurrected. We will become the eyes of the world, and a new universe will take over.
I could never call the man behind this nightmare father.
Great speech, big guy.
Luca.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithoval Executive? Salvation, light. You take this entrepreneurial philosophy a bit seriously, don't you? But it's all diarrhea of the mouth, if you ask me. History is littered with famous genocidal figures, just like you. Or, should I say, infamous genocidal figures.
You must be Luca, journalist extraordinaire. I must say, I'm truly impressed you've made it this far, child. Like father, like son, I suppose.
What?
Luca, Luca, Luca. Your father had problems with my philosophies. It's fine to investigate, but when malicious rumors start to spread, I must see to it that they come to a stop. For being kind enough to ascertain that my long-lost eraser was at the bottom of some lake, I granted him his final wish and accepted his permanent resignation.
You bastard!
You are of no use to me. However, I am not without dignity. I will allow you to die in the same manner as your father. Well, I guess my plan has gone right out the window. Such a shame that sacrifice had to be made. But if destiny is not fulfilled soon, this tragedy will be repeated ad nauseum. Speaking of tragedy, I suppose you've met Jean. While she sealed you away and kept you from trouble, after falling into our hands, she's been incredibly useful. Although her distinct lack of obedience required a bit of mental reprogramming. Her tragic end led you directly to me, just as planned. The time for awakening the left eye is soon. Fear not, my dear sweet Cereza. That's it, Cereza. Do not fear your fate. Stand tall, my child. Realize your true potential. Cereza, we are one, my child.
Alright, so he is just merged with our young self. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. Looks like there's a few missing entries here. Interesting. Father Boulder, a tyrant of a man motivated purely by self-interest, who 500 years ago incited the witch hunts, annihilating not only the Umber witches, but also his fellow sages. Boulder also used his magical abilities to take control of the captured Jean. Named after the Norse god of light, Boulder showed promise in becoming a powerful Lumen sage. However, he broke his clan's once unbreakable tenet of faith, consorting with an Umber witch, begetting a child. It was all a ruse to take possession of the eyes of the world, the overseers of history that had previously been equally divided amongst the clan. During the following 500 years, Baldur gathered the devotion of his pious followers. Now his ambition has reached the climax, placing the last remaining sage on the cusp of the universe anew. And as he and Bayonetta, bearing his own very blood, becomes the eyes of the world to resurrect Jubileus, the Creator, and unify the trinity of realities. Their fate nearly decided who will truly see it through to the very end. Vigrid Chronicles final chapter, Avondella. Alright. Look, he can kind of block when in witch time here. Doesn't have too much health, I see. Keeps throwing me up here. There we go. Oh, he's almost dead. He's dead. Yes, climax. Let's go. You can't defeat my gigantic demon man. Yes, devour him. Ah, yes. Well, looks like he's a bit too strong. Thought it was gonna be that easy? No, it's not gonna be that easy. Okay, so he took out our first creature. Alright, gets another health bar now. What's he doing? Oh, he's calling upon a building to shoot at us, it looks like. I think Bayonetta's gonna have this. There we go. Throw that building right back at him. He's kind of upset now. Oh, what are you doing now, bud? Oh, a satellite, huh? Okay, it just destroys the platform. Oh, gosh, he's just so far off there. Oh, gosh, he just keeps going on all sides. It's hard to block that. Alright, I think that did a massive amount of damage to me because I wasn't able to jump in time. That's the one thing I don't like. It's like the button prompt just disappears. Yes, okay. Climax again, let's go. You can't defeat my... Let's see what it is now. This serpent snake thing. Darn, he's still alive. After all that. He just combs his hair. Yes. Yes.
Don't fuck with a witch.
Alright, she's shooting her lipstick now. What we have to do is we have to get over to him. We have to dodge these glass panels. Yes. Shoot you right in the head.
May Jubileus, the Creator, grace you!
Oh good, he's still alive.
I've got to give you credit, Bayonetta. You never cease to impress.
You haven't seen the half of it.
I've seen enough. Well, that about wraps it up, huh?
Not yet.
Mummy! Daddy!
No need to be afraid, little one. The nightmare is over. Everything was just a dream. You're a strong little girl. There is nothing you cannot overcome.
Mummy? Did you find it? What you were looking for?
Yes, I found it. So don't you worry anymore. You just keep your treasure safe too. Sweet dreams, little one. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words. When you love something, never lose it. Understand, little one? You must keep it safe, close to your heart. I'm not afraid anymore, Mummy. No matter what. There's nothing I cannot do.
Bayonetta! What's happening to you?
And now it is done. The right eye oversees the light. The left eye oversees the darkness. 2 eyes to oversee the world. It was never the woman known as Bayonetta that I set my sights upon. It was you as a child, Cereza, that I saw. For she was the one who saw the world through innocent eyes, and she was the one who could give rise to a new history. It was her energy that could awaken the left eye. This has all worked out splendid. Let us begin, Cereza. The time is at hand. Now, the resurrection of Jubileus shall be completed. We are the eyes overseeing the world. We are the eyes overseeing a new era, a new reality, to which we will devote ourselves eternally.
Jubileus, the Creator, grace all of its creations.
And that is the end there. Look at that. I got a gold. I took a little less damage. I could have gotten a platinum. So what's going to happen now? Now that Jubileus is coming back. As you can see, Bayonetta, she's not even here. Bayonetta's not here. She's not on the loading screen. Like she's gone now. She's inside of, you know, what, this gigantic statue thing that they essentially went into, and the eyes, the left and right eye. She completely disappears, and it just goes to black. So next time, we're going to head into the epilogue and see what's really going on here. Let's go ahead and save. I'm also going to figure out, between now and next time, whatever that witch tomb that I missed was. I don't know where I could have possibly have missed it. I don't have a clue. I made sure that I got them all, but who knows? Maybe I must have missed some somewhere. So if that means I have to play through every single level again and get all the witch things, because there's an achievement for getting them all. Apparently I missed one somewhere, and I don't know where. It could have been like what I did this time, where I saw one and I never opened it. And then I realized, oh wait, did I even open that one? So I don't know, but I will figure that out between now and next time. So until then, I'll see you all later.